Welcome, everybody, to Pinfalls and Passports. For those who don't already know, this is a podcast for people just like you who love the sport of professional wrestling and for members of our WWE Travel Community Discord server. If you're not a member of the WWE Travel Community Discord server, come join one of the fastest growing pro wrestling communities online. You can find the Discord invite link here in the podcast bio. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Pinfalls and Passports and TikTok at Pinfalls and on X at Pinfalls and Pass. And please don't forget to follow and subscribe to this podcast to keep up to date with all the things involving the world of professional wrestling. My name is Dorkchop. This is Pinfalls and Passports, and I'm joined tonight by Mirah, who has a very big old grin on her face right now. It looks like you've got something to say.
Yeah, after the Elimination Chamber, I texted our co-host, Danny, Mr. Flo himself. And I was like, maybe your bullying paid off after all.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
After Mr. Thick Thighs Randy Orton won, I said, you know what? Let me see if I could do it. Let me see if I can do the unthinkable. And I think I have. I think I will be in Las Vegas, Nevada, Thursday, April 16th through Monday, April 20th. So I'm not there like how I was last year for like a whole week, but I will be there for the kickoff of Wrestlemania weekend. Nice. I will be at night 1 and night 2. I only have a night 2 ticket secured since everyone and their mother and their server is in C135. I was in that section last year. It's a great section. So I am in C1 to 35 as well. Night 1, I'm suspecting that'll be Randy and Cody or Randy and Drew or in some type of multi-match as we'll discuss further. But yeah, I'm holding off on that night. But yeah, I will be in Vegas. I have my Wrestlemania ticket. I have a world ticket. Only got one.
Which day?
I did Saturday because of Stephanie McMahon, but
okay.
Who knows what'll happen? Because after the pre-sales of World, it's going to be mayhem. So we'll see. I'm not doing WrestleCon. I'm doing big event, which is later this month. So I'm looking at a good trip. I got Excalibur for under $500, y'all. So I will be in Vegas. I'm very excited. They gave me
Dirty Castle.
Listen, I don't even care. Listen, as long as we're near the stadium, that's all that matters. So yeah, I'm very excited. After Randy won, I was like, 15, huh?
Gotta be
15.
There for it.
I think they should do it. I don't know if they will, but I think they should. It got me excited, honestly. I feel like Elimination Chamber, and I'll get into this more, but I feel like it's one of those pay-per-views that I'm like, I look forward to, and it like gets me more excited. But we'll jump into it. We got some stuff to talk about with SmackDown, Elimination Chamber, and Raw. So
yeah, we do. I'm still soaking in the news that you're going to be in Vegas. It worked.
Y'all, all they did was peer pressure me last week, the week before last, the week before that. And then I was like, no. But it's actually going to come out to be a really good trip. It's actually very, very affordable. I'm paying the fraction of what I paid last year. So I'm like, what? I could do it. The tickets are really, really cheap right now because it's on this holiday sale still from what I'm seeing. So it's really not going to put a damper in like all-in plans or nothing. So I'm like, okay. We can roll with it.
Dang, all right.
So I'm like,
I'm glad you're coming out. I'll look forward to seeing you there. And then, of course, we also, even if I hadn't seen you there, a couple weeks later, I was going to see you at Tupac bobblehead night.
That is true because I'm off for that too.
So
my job's going to hate me. My job's going to hate me in April, May, and June. Oh my goodness. Oh well. It's fine.
Oh, well, they'll get over it. They'll get over it.
I do good work, but
we had quite the weekend of action to recap, to kind of get into everything. SmackDown started off with Jay getting taken out, and he's removed from the Elimination Chamber, which drew cheers from the crowd.
Oh no!
I know, right? It's just so sad.
I feel like that was the best move they could have made because a lot of people didn't want Jay in it to begin with. And the sequence that we see in the chamber, in the men's chamber, it makes sense on why Bronson Reed was supposed to win that match that he unfortunately got injured in. I think this was the right move to have Jay be injured. I just don't like who they replaced him with.
Nobody likes who they replaced him with.
But
Yeah.
but it makes sense in the end. But yeah, this they kicked it off good for the
Yeah,
first
no.
hour and a half of SmackDown.
Yeah, I mean, we also had the Irresistible Forces defeating Rio for the women's tag team titles, which I found to be a bit of a surprise, but when I thought
That was
about
a
it, it made
surprise.
sense.
Yep. That was a surprise as well because I thought they would hold them going into WrestleMania 42. But
Hmm.
again, when we get into Elimination Chamber, everything makes sense now. But yeah, that was another one.
Yeah, no, I honestly thought that they were going to hold them into eliminate WrestleMania.
That's
I'm
what I
still
thought.
I'm still reeling here.
Listen, you can blame Randy for all this because I was
I'm
content.
going to thank Randy.
I guess I gotta thank that bald man for something. Thanks Triple H. Thanks Road Dogg. Yeah.
Yeah. No. One thing I'm not thankful for is the fact that Solo and Uncle Howdy had a match that we thought was supposed to be the end of the rivalry, but it actually extended it. And I'm just sitting here like, fuck.
So is it so Solo and MFTs have the tag belts. Okay. Uncle Howdy wants the lantern back. Cool. So I'm like, is it going to be the only thing that makes sense to me for WrestleMania with these two is this damn lantern. So is the whole MFTs going to be barred? So is the MFTs and the Funhouse folks going to be barred from ringside? Like, what's going to happen? Because I need this to end.
I know, right? As they're padding it out to WrestleMania, it seems like.
Unless it's going to be like I guess it would be a 4 or an 8-man tag match. But we've seen this is stuff we've seen. So how are we going to freshen this up?
Right, because we started this right after Survivor Series.
Mm-hmm.
We teased this at potentially taking place at Survivor Series. So here we are now. It's March. Survivor Series was 4 months ago. I need this to end, please. I'm begging you, bald man.
Just give him the lantern back. But I know it's also, Solo's very comical, so he makes it semi interesting. But I'm kind of just tired of it. I want to see Solo and Uncle Howdy in something else. But
Yeah,
I don't
I
know
do too.
if they have anything planned. I think that's the main reason.
That definitely could be the reason they're extending this to WrestleMania because creative has nothing for them beyond that.
Yep.
As far as also people who don't have creative plans, certainly Obafemi, they have been bouncing back and forth between SmackDown and Raw, which squash squash low carders, squash mid carders. I get it. Build him up to be a monster. It's not quite time for him to be inserted into the big picture yet. I get it where they're going with this, but at the same time, I'm impatient. I want to see Oba against the big boys.
Same.
Yeah, I mean, I love the segment with Miz where he was like, "Let me be your Undertaker. You don't look like the Undertaker to me, but you do look like a dead man." That was great.
Yeah.
And he showed off Oba's charisma.
Yeah, he's very creative in what he says and how he is. So I don't know. I'm very excited for what he does at WrestleMania. I don't know if it's the match that I'm suspecting might happen. I don't know if it's something else. Maybe he's looking at the US title. Maybe he's I just don't know at this point. And I guess that's a good thing. But the same thing could be said about Powerhouse Hobbs, Royce Keys. What are we doing with him as well? We keep playing trauma clips from his Stephanie McMahon podcast interview thing. And I'm like, what he's supposed to be, where he's supposed to be doing. Why did we do this Royal Rumble debut if he's not going to be on TV, but we're going to show his trauma every episode of SmackDown and Raw and probably NXT too. So, but what are we doing? I guess he's gonna be a Raw after Mania possibly, or he could be even sooner. I don't know. It's just you have somebody up talent, a big beefy boy who I see not on screen. So I'm just I don't know.
I'm at a loss as well. I mean,
And Oba, I guess he's fine to bounce back and forth right now,
yeah.
but I kind of want to see him have a home base.
I think we're gonna get that after WrestleMania. Once his
Okay.
WrestleMania path is made clear, I think we're gonna get that, and he's gonna settle into his role on whatever show they put him on,
Okay.
whether it's Raw or SmackDown. But right now, this is about exposure for Oba.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't know. Well, I'm not gonna say a lot of people don't know him, but I feel like some fans don't watch NXT, so they may not be as versed to him. I'm like, what y'all mean y'all don't know him? He's great.
Yeah, like, we know him for sure. Yeah,
but
and we know Carmelo Hayes loves to do his U.S. Open challenges. He had another one against Matt Cardona on Friday night, which was a serviceable match. I wasn't surprised that Matt lost. I mean, I didn't think they were going to pull the trigger on a title change in the middle of nothing, on a nothing show in February.
I can see Cardona being the champion, just not right now. I hate to say it, I don't see him ever becoming a world champion at this point in his career. I think he's just happy to be back. Yeah. I think he has a long way to climb to become like your undisputed or your world heavyweight champion. I think he has it, like in the indies, like he's very outspoken about himself. But at this point, right now, with all these young guys, you got the old head stars. He's not getting any.
Oh no, he's definitely one of the older men on the roster. I mean, you have to think back to the fact that we first saw him with Kurt Hawkins as part of the Major Brothers.
Yes.
And then teaming up with Edge back in 2007.
Yep. So it's just like,
yeah,
I don't see it. It could happen. I'm not saying it can't, but I just don't see it right now.
No, I don't see it happening either. But I mean, it's good to have him back on TV. I see him eventually getting a run with one of the mid-card titles.
Yep. So
yeah,
we'll see. We shall see.
Yeah, but it wasn't to be against Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo retains. What they do with Carmelo going forward is also going to be interesting. I like that he's doing the open challenges, but I don't see him doing an open challenge at WrestleMania.
I don't think he should do one. I think he should have a proper feud going into WrestleMania.
Yes.
But I'm going to suspect if he does get on the WrestleMania card, it'll probably be an open challenge. And it's going to be against somebody.
Yeah, it could be Trick.
Oh, don't say that.
Why would you say Trick for an open challenge? You'd build that match.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that would be a build type match, but it could be Trick if they don't have anything planned and they want him on the card. That would make sense. They have history. It's going to be a great match. People are going to enjoy it, especially if they know the history of them too. So, I mean, lazy booking, and we'll get into this much, much later. Lazy booking is probably an open challenge.
Yeah. But then for our main event on SmackDown, Jacob and Logan Paul lobbied to be in the chamber to take Jay's spot. And so Nick Aldis decided, you know what? The two of you can fight for it. And it was a decent match, but it had a nobody as a masked man. It had a lot of hijinks and chicanery. And while I understand the way they went with it, I don't like it. I didn't like it because Logan Paul won. I would have rather had Jacob Fatu in the chamber because let that man cook, please. But I get why they did what they did, and that rolls us into the Elimination Chamber.
Yes, so women kicked it off. I think the women should have main evented, in my opinion, but
I think we have that problem every year.
Yeah, because they never listen. And I heard that there was a fan that actually had a sign that said, let women main event. Nothing saying about like a specific wrestler, nothing like that. Just said, let women main event. And they took it from the fan, confiscated it. And I'm like, but it's the truth. Sometimes the women are going to cook way better than the men. But how the show ended, which we are about to get into, I guess it makes sense for the men to main event. Yeah. Whatever. They always got theatrical with the men. They always got something going on.
Yeah. But I mean, the women's Elimination Chamber match, I feel like it was down to two people. It was either going to be Tiffany Stratton or Jade Cargill.
Oh, you talking about Rhea?
Yeah, Rhea. Wow, senior moment.
No, you're good. I thought the same thing. I said Tiffany Stratton, Rhea, or my honorable mention was Asuka. because Asuka can cook, but it was those 3 in my head. But my MVP for the Women's Chamber is Raquel.
Oh, definitely. That double pin spot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Throwing them around the ring. She had they was all beating her up, but then she was able to just push them off. Like, she had a lot of good spots. Tiffy is also, I guess, another MVP in that, because she was taking spots and bumps like a motherfucker.
Broke her neck like 4 times, it
yes,
seems like.
I think I counted, it was like 3 or 4 times. So she was another one. I was like, oh, I'm like, I don't know if you should be doing this stuff. And you taking bumps, you doing stuff, you going into the pods. I'm like, are you okay?
Right. And the other part I loved so much about this match was Raquel had those Ray-Bans with the recording capabilities on, and they showed it back on social media that like she was laughing at it when she crashed and burned into the pod when she went for the backward springboard elbow. And a few other things like
Yo, her laugh is so funny. That
It's
was the funniest clip. That was the funniest clip ever, because I think there was another clip too. I think it was Rhea, and she was doing like the pull up. She's like, "How many did you do? 1?" And I was like, and I'm like, Rhea can't hear you, Raquel, but that's fine. Go ahead.
Go on with your bad self.
Yeah, I'm like, it is what it is. But no, the Women's Chamber winner is Rhea Ripley.
Yep.
She will be facing Jade Cargill at WrestleMania 42. I think it will be a good match. However, the internet and these women, the SmackDown women's roster especially, they're just going back and forth. First, it was just Jade. Then Chelsea Green got into it. And then Piper got into it. I don't know if anybody else did, but I did see those names there. I think there's been backstage conflict with Jade stemming from last year, because I remember hearing stuff last year about this. But it seems like this could be another Tiffy Charlotte type situation. Hopefully nothing personal gets brought up when they do have their first standoff or their first promo back and forth. Hopefully they stick to the script. And then they'll have some real heat and real animosity within it. So maybe that'll help them work together.
A WrestleMania 42 feud with heat and animosity be still my beating heart.
Yeah,
I mean, it seems like we got more than one of those.
yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. So I'm like, I'm hoping this is a really good match. They're both powerhouse women. So they're going to have similar styles. Rhea's more agile. She has more in her arsenal. Jade is very just much like squash, power move, things like that. So I'm hoping, we have not seen Jade wrestle as much since becoming champion. So maybe in this off time that she has had, she has some new, moves in her, in her arsenal as well. So I'm very curious to see what this is going to look like.
Yeah, I am too. I mean, can carry a good match, but I don't consider her to be like a ring general. That being said, I think she will be able to carry Jade to a good match at WrestleMania. I think the quality of this match is going to land solely on how well Jade performs.
Yep.
I hate to say it.
No, that's just the truth. I agree.
Yeah.
I think she'll do fine. Again, I can even see WWE going off of this animosity from Twitter and all that stuff and putting them in like a, I guess you would say like a face-to-face type thing, like a weigh-in, like stuff like that. I can see them building on this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can see them like, trying to advertise off the animosity and stuff. So I'm like, I think if this is executed the right way, this could be a really good match.
Yeah, if it's executed the wrong way, it could end up like Tiffy and Charlotte.
Yeah.
Other blood feuds for the Intercontinental Championship for the ladies. We had AJ and Becky in Chicago. And of course there was foul play afoot. There was a ref bump, and then eventually AJ got the win. Of course, now Becky has taken to social media, called for the public suspension of referee Jessica Carr because bad referee. She can't accept any kind of accountability for her loss.
Right. Now, I think AJ had a great showing in her first singles match back.
Mm-hmm.
It was a nostalgia win. I don't think AJ should have won.
I don't think she should have won yet. I think they should have saved it for
Yeah,
WrestleMania. There should have
that
been some kind of like
like
hijinks.
disqualification or something
Yes.
like that. Like with, Jessica Carr being in the match. I think she's playing a vital role in this, Jessica, for real. And as we know, Jessica Carr wrestles on Evolve. So it's like she has that ring background.
Mm.
So I'm like, I don't know if they're trying to do something with her and Becky maybe after this feud is over, maybe introduce her to the people. I don't know. But it's just crazy how a referee has been so involved in what's going on.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, I think they were building to a Becky versus Jessica Carr match. I don't know when it's going to happen. Could be WrestleMania.
Don't know how it's going to happen, but I'm very curious to see how that works out because if AJ beat Becky, I guess what, 3 times? Is it 3 times?
Yeah. There's no, what's the point of a fourth match?
Like, I would rather see AJ face Roxanne.
I would too.
Or Raquel or Jordan Grace. Just anybody else but Becky, Bailey, like anybody else. Lyra, I don't care. Like, I just want to see AJ get some grabs in.
You're going to get your chance to do that when we talk about Monday Night Raw. Yeah, but AJ versus Becky, kind of like, I was happy to see AJ win. I'm one of the biggest AJ simps out there.
It was a nostalgia win for me. I'm like, yay, like she's back, she's a champion. I was happy about that. I just don't think she should have won just yet. Like,
I don't think so either. I think they recognize that the rivalry has gone a little bit flat. You know, it had heat in the fall, but it's fallen off since. And so they had to end it now.
Yep.
Which, sucks, but is what it is. And speaking of rivalries that ended, Punk and Finn had a banger, as always. Punk's entrance, though. Can we talk about Punk's entrance?
Yes. Some people didn't understand it. I understood it. I loved it. I loved it so much. Punk, he's very good with his entrances. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Like, even last year at WrestleMania, like, I liked how they had that video. I like how we heard "This Fire Burns." Like, that was great. That's what we wanted to happen too. So for him to have something that's like dedicated to Chicago, being in Chicago, it just hit differently and it felt really good. So I enjoyed that a lot.
It was a very nostalgic moment for me as well. Having watched the 90s Bulls kind of do their thing live and in person, hearing the Alan Parsons Project coming, that music, hearing that start and then hearing him be introduced from Show by Ray Clay. It was all a great touch, and it just shows the kind of the showman that Punk can be at times, and I loved it. I also love the fact that Finn Balor's got his old music back. I love the fact that they had an absolute barn burner, and it was back and forth, and finally Punk gets the clean win, and the handshake at the end, it was nice to see that.
Now, some people did not like that handshake, but
really?
I liked it because it's a show of respect.
Yes.
It's the start of Finn turning face. But like the internet, a lot of people I seen on the internet did not like it. They was like, why do that? Like, you're not supposed to do that type of thing. And I'm like, but why not though? I feel like it's a show of respect. It's, Finn is working to get back into either the title picture, whether it's, the main title, the mid-card title. I don't see the issue with it, but the internet always got a problem with everything. So, there's
the internet has a problem with everything. They even
including,
tell us that our show sucks. So,
including the next thing that happens.
Oh, God. So, stop me if you heard this one. Danhausen's in the box.
Yeah, I kind of suspected it.
Nostradamus over here this week.
Like, Danhausen was in the box. I think his presentation was very catered to the kids, honestly. Even if the kids don't know who he is or what he does, I was laughing the whole time. I said, oh, this motherfucker about to make them bank. He about to make them merch bank. They know he got his own song. It's like he's a cartoon character with the song that he has. They're not crazy. They're gonna make bank off this man.
Yeah, I just think that a lot of fans were kind of either expecting too much from the box reveal,
And this is but that's what
they
they
were just
get.
bummed out about. As Sleazy might have said, they were angry about Finn losing.
I don't think that was it, Sleaze. But I think it was. I think as a wrestling fan, we fantasy book a lot, and in some cases, for example, with this box has been used plenty of times in multiple promotions over years, and it's always something. It could be serious or it could be fun. In this case, if the box is going from Raw to SmackDown, you have to look at it more lightheartedly than something serious. If this was serious, if this was like Chris Jericho in the box, I think they would have done like more with it, just a little bit more. But I think as a fan, we all tend to fantasy book, and when something isn't what we want, then we're just like, oh, what the fuck? Which I get, but you just gotta enjoy it. A lot of people aren't really fans of Danhausen or don't know who he is or what he does, but he's been in the indies for years, especially pre-pandemic, post-pandemic and stuff. He was on AEW, but he hasn't been seen for over a year and a half over there. So people aren't going to be super familiar with him, and that's okay. And I think he's going to win over the kids and the fans within these next several weeks leading up to WrestleMania.
I do too. I think whenever he does, it's going to be very nice, very evil, and it's going to be fun to watch.
Yep.
Speaking of things that were fun to watch, the men's Elimination Chamber match.
So, can we talk about how everybody had a 10-minute entrance? I'm like, wait, when the match started, they only had 18 minutes left of the show, I believe.
I hadn't really factored that in, but yeah, it took forever for everybody to get into their pods.
Everybody want to have a stare down. Everybody want to climb higher than the other one. I'm like, just get in the box. Get in the pod. What are we get in the damn pod. Just get in the pod. I don't understand. Like, why we have to go around to each person? Y'all all know what y'all look like. Like, I'm just
yeah,
I like,
know.
what are you falling for?
And you don't have to climb the cage. I mean, you're taking the possible risk of injury there.
You got Javon climbing outside, LA Knight climbing inside. I'm like, oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, like, guys, just get in your pods. Let's do this. Because the match wound up being pretty good.
It was a really good match. So I guess you could say, in my opinion, I would say LA Knight was the MVP. Only because LA Knight spot was supposed to be Bronson Reed, which would have made more sense, right? Because Bronson Reed's a big guy.
Paul.
Yeah. So Logan's Paul spot would have been Bronson Reed in actuality, or even Braun Breaker if either of them weren't injured. But Logan Paul being in there, it generated that heat. So the crowd was also like upset when he would get like the pins and stuff. But I would say he's the MVP because it's just like he did a lot of work in that match. Like the theatrics of it when like the cage would open. Paul Heyman, he's also an MVP. His emotion, his reaction to when a certain masked man came, it all made sense. Cody, even his reaction, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everyone was able to react.
Yeah. And not only that, but like I love the scene of like Cody, Javon, and Trick uniting to beat up on Logan Paul as he came out of his pod.
Yes.
And it was nice to see the three of them do that because nobody likes Logan Paul, and he deserves to have his ass kicked.
Yep. But I'm like, he took those spots. He got beat up. He got thrown through a pot. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I can see you being a little MVP of it. And you can tell that they value him. So because he's in these big time matches, if they didn't, he wouldn't have been in the match. So I'm like, okay, like he has value. He's actually really good in the ring. I may not like him outside of the ring. Don't care for him, but he generates them eyes on the product. He generates them revenue. So why not?
Yeah, I agree. And as much as I hated seeing him pin Trick Williams and Javon Evans and LA Knight in succession, it was nice when he got eliminated I was so happy, especially after Seth Rollins stomped his stupid head in.
Yep. So we have the return of Seth Rollins, which added to the theatricals to all of this. So that was really good. So we have the return of Seth. I guess that could be the Mania match, Seth Logan 2,
It
or
could be.
it could be, other variations. But as of right now, the only Vision members we have would be Logan or Theory. So,
I mean, unless Braun Breaker pulls a miracle off and is back
yeah.
in time for WrestleMania.
Yeah, unless that is the case, which I thought was the original plan. So we'll see. But it's really good to have him back. And then basically after Logan was gone, it came down to the final two.
Codarius Raheem Rhodes against
Yes.
Randall Keith Orton.
Yes, but before Raheem could even start, Drew McIntyre hits him in the head with the belt. He ruins a pretty good, or what people have been waiting to see type of moment. He tries to Claymore Cody, I believe, or Randy, or one of his.
Yeah, he hit Cody and went to try and Claymore Randy.
And then Randy RKO'd him. Cody popped up. I don't know how the fuck he popped up that fast. And then, Crossroads, which was fine. But then
RKO on the Cody, and
RKO.
we got 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, and Randy Orton is your men's Elimination Chamber winner. He is going to WrestleMania. He is either going to be facing Drew McIntyre, our current undisputed champion, or it might be Cody Rhodes, because Nick Aldis was so upset.
Super pissed.
He was so pissed that Drew would not let this match happen cleanly. He said this Friday on SmackDown, it's Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre for the Undisputed Championship.
Yeah.
Drew gets screwed once again, but he screwed himself into this one.
I don't know that it's going to be a title change. I think Drew will get himself disqualified, and then Nick Aldis is going to be like, okay, fine. You have a 3-way.
Or my other guess to keep the belt on Drew so he goes into WrestleMania is that Jacob Fatu interrupts and disqualifies mid-match, so then that'll make it the 4-way. In my opinion, the match that would draw more eyes to it, to make it, I guess, the main event, would be Mentor versus Mentee, and the Mentee being the champion. So I can see there being a title change, but again, I want to see that multi-person match. I want Drew to be involved. He had, every time he's been involved in a match, it's always some shenanigans at WrestleMania. I want him to defend it. And if he does lose it, okay. He's do that, well, I'm not going to say he's do that. Back when I used to watch wrestling, if you lost it, you got your rematch wherever you wanted it at. So I feel like he was
in my day.
No, for real. No, for real though. Back when I was a child and I would watch it, the person that lost their belt got their rematch, whether it was on a Raw or SmackDown or a PLE. So
back when I was a child, the champ never lost the belt.
See what I'm saying? So it's just like I'm curious to see how they do it. I would love to see a 4-way between them. If Fatu is added, I would also like to see Cody and Randy. If it is just Cody and Randy, is Randy going to pull out the punt? Is he going to pull out the punt regardless if it's in the 4-way or not? Because it could come down to Jacob being beat up, Drew being beat up, and then it's just them two in the ring. So so I'm very curious to see how this match.
Yeah, they've been teasing that punt since last year before KO had to withdraw from the match.
Mm-hmm.
So I would love to see Cody break out the punt, or excuse me, Randy break out the. We are just all over the place with our names.
Just with these names today. It's okay.
Well, I'm still reeling from the fact that you're going to Las Vegas.
I am.
I'm psyched. We have not even gotten to Monday Night Raw yet. But yeah, I think we're going to get a multi-man match out of it. But I could also see them going with Cody versus Randy and Drew versus Jacob. Mm-hmm. I think Sammy's going to have his hands full with Trick. Because otherwise I would have been like, Fatal 5-way, Sammy's in there. But
oh, no, man. I feel like with Sammy, this happens every WrestleMania season with Sammy. He's always loss until like we get the week number 5 out, and then they figure something out for him. So hopefully he is on the card. What he's doing, I have no freaking clue.
Yeah, well, we're gonna have card predictions in a minute anyway. So
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
yeah. So Monday Night Raw kicked off with a batshit insane segment where the Vision come out to bitch about the fact that Seth screwed over Logan Paul, and then yeah, everything, masked men start running in from everywhere, and
No, burn it all. No, not burn it down. Burn all the black hoodies. Burn all the black masks. Switch it up. I'm so sick of this mask. Why are we even doing this? Like, I'd rather see Seth lookalikes rather than being masked, because we already know who it is. Like, unless
right.
Seth is gearing up to do something else, just have it be like multiple people that look like him.
Yeah, well, I think we finally had the end of the masked man angle because
It better be. I'm sick.
he
Sick of
he
this.
slammed the chair into Paul Heyman's back, and then he stomped him. And I'd like to point out the significance of him putting a chair into somebody's back in Indianapolis, because that's where the Shield broke up.
Yep.
And that's also where the Shield debuted.
Yep.
So a little bit of symmetrical moment there. It was pretty.
Yeah. So I guess
poetic.
the Vision, Seth's Vision is done with, and this current Vision, which is looking a little blurry, is doing whatever they do.
Yeah, and then after Paul gets hauled out on a stretcher, then Logan Paul and Austin Theory get attacked by Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
And then LA Knight drives the ambulance away, which I thought was a pretty good swerve.
Yeah, because I'm like, okay, so LA Knight's not done with the Vision.
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't think he is done with the Vision. I think the match will probably be, we'll get into this, but he'll have a match on the card. But I don't think he's done with the Vision.
I don't either. He's back in the Vision vortex.
Yeah, he's stuck over there because he had that botch on that rope. Yeah, he's stuck. He's stuck over there because he had that botch on that rope, yo. I'm telling you, they so sick of him. I know Triple H threw his headsets like, this motherfucker. He was so pissed about that. And then he had to eat the pin from Logan. Yo, I would have been pissed, bro. I've been like, shit, I botched my spot. I got to get pinned by Logan Paul. This is some bullshit. I would have been like,
yeah, it was. Okay. Yeah, it's okay because we also got Dragon Lee and Gunther having a banger.
So, okay, all right.
We all know where this is leading to.
Yeah, I actually like this. I like the the style of the luchador against this big old OG wrestler type of feel with him. With Gunther. I think the match was good for what it was, but I think I know where this is going, and we'll get into that later. But
yeah, we still have our card predictions to get to, but
yep.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great match, though. It was a great fight.
Yeah,
it was more of a fight than a
match. Yeah, it was more of a fight.
Yeah, and then El Grande and the OG El Grande and the current El Grande had a nice little face-off backstage. I love the black and gold gear that the imposter El Grande, I guess we can call him, Ludwig Kaiser Grande. I love that gear.
I liked it.
I thought it was a pretty cool match. Obviously won by OG El Grande. He beat El Rayo Americano. We're building to probably a mask versus mask match at WrestleMania between the two El Grandes.
That's what I'm thinking. And then whoever gets unmasked will have to stay themselves.
Chad Gable.
Honestly, I kind of wish they didn't go that route with them at Mania. I wish Chad would have just came back as Chad, in my opinion, because I feel like the people would have drawn to him more, but that's just me. But yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is. So Austin Theory and Jimmy Uso ends in a DQ, but that's because Jay makes the save on crutches, which why was he on crutches in the first place? To sell the quote-unquote injury that kept him out of Saturday?
Right. Yep, that was pretty much.
He moved like a man who didn't need crutches. That's what I look. Yeah, exactly.
We'll let it be.
Yeah, like the Beatles. We'll let it be.
I guess. No, we'll get into that later. It's fine. But yeah.
Yeah, so I was a little bit like me. And
Yeah.
then one of the best parts of Monday Night Raw, Danhausen making Demandhausens.
Yeah,
Oh
that was
my
cute. That was
goodness,
cute. That was cute. I
I
like
like
that.
that. And
I like that.
then he bumps it, and then of course, like Pierce is just trying to get rid of. So he's like, "Hey, Judgment Day, have you met Danhausen? Here you go, bye." And then, I mean, and then Danhausen curses Dom,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
which may or may not have played a part in the ensuing matchup between Dom and Penta.
That match was really good.
That was.
Penta is one of them ones, man. Like, I feel like he's so loved and he's so good. And I feel like I'm glad he came to WWE because he was able to, showcase himself a lot more. And we have a new Intercontinental champion. We had 2 intercontinental. Well, we had 2 title changes with the IC belt in the last 96 hours. Pretty
Right?
fucking cool. Pretty fucking cool.
Pretty cool. Yeah. So I was pretty stoked to see Penta win. Don't know what that means for Finn and Dom going
Well,
forward.
he still has a AAA belt, right?
Yeah.
So they could put that on the line. And the thing is, like, Finn has a lot of experience like all over the world, so
Yeah.
I could see the AAA crowd leaning into that as well. It could be the title not on the line. The title could be on the line. It could be anything at this point. It could be Penta versus Dom again at Mania. Like, who knows? But Dirty Dom is going to be on that card. I think Finn will be on that card. I just don't know how quite yet.
Yeah. We don't know the next challenger for Penta's Intercontinental title. Just like we don't know the next challenger for AJ Lee's Intercontinental title. She basically made a demand that she wants new challengers, so ladies step up. And there was apparently a 6-person gauntlet match, 6-woman gauntlet match made for next Monday's Raw, in which we will determine the number 1 contender to AJ Lee's Intercontinental Championship.
For WrestleMania, or just for her to have another match?
Shoot.
Because you know what they like to do. I don't think we need a gauntlet match. If we're going to do a gauntlet match, this would have to be for her WrestleMania opponent. But I also want to see AJ have some reps in between there. Like, you know what I'm saying? What are we? They always do stuff and not give details.
Yeah.
Right.
I forget if it was for her WrestleMania opponent or if it was just her next challenger.
Because I'm like, we're 6 weeks out, 5 weeks out at this point. So it's like, what are we doing? What are we doing? But
what? Yeah. Like, now I want to look it up because
listen, and we have the platform. Might as well look it up, see what. Because I'm just like, huh? Because you had Bailey that was interested, Lyra was interested. I'm going to assume maybe Asuka, maybe
Raquel is in the match. Mm-hmm. So Bailey, Lyra, Raquel. You know what? Google is your friend.
Google is our friend. Google is our friend. And you know what? I can officially tell you, my supervisor just approved my time off for Vegas. So here we go. Because I had updated it. I was like, can you, I filled that out real quick. She did it.
Yeah, so it's Raquel versus Bailey versus Laya versus Io versus Asuka.
I figured she'd be in. Wait, that's 5, right? Wait.
Raquel, Bailey, Lyra, Io, and Ivy Nile.
Okay, all right. Okay. I think I'm not mad about that. It's
just a number 1 contenders match, and it's just for the next challenger. It's not for anything WrestleMania related.
I'm about to throw my motherfucking headset. Why?
Well, that means that the title match they have is going to have hijinks involved, and there's going to be some sort of ramifications for WrestleMania.
Oh my goodness! What the fuck? If it's Io, I'll be happy. If it's Raquel, I'll be okay with that too. If it's Bailey, that's fine because Bailey's been off the card. Mm-hmm. AJ and Bailey have a close rapport as well, so I'm like, I would like to see that happen. So get Bailey on the card. Bailey's been working her ass off outside of WWE. I think she fucking deserves it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that anybody else in that match doesn't, but I feel like she's been so underutilized and she's giving back to younger talent. And I would love to see her hold this belt. She would be the second of the 4 horsemen to hold this belt.
Yeah, and not only that, but just the leaving Bailey off of the card last year, taking her off at the last minute for WrestleMania last year, so that Becky could come back and be Lyra's tag team partner.
I didn't like that. I did not like that
either.
Didn't like it.
That was Bailey's spot.
So hopefully it is Bailey. That's her next contender. That's what I'm hoping. So we'll see. We'll see next Monday.
Rusev called out Oba, by the way.
Yeah, I've seen that, and I'm like, why are we doing that?
Well, he's got to go back and forth between the because Oba's got to have.
That's right. He got to go.
Oba's got to have bros in different area codes.
Oh gosh, if this is leading to what I think it's leading to, he got to kill him at Mania. He got to kill. I need to see him in the ring like this. Like he just got to pull out the Glock. Like I don't. This is leading to what I think is leading to.
I mean, you could also have him win the Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
No, that's okay. No, that's okay.
Yeah, well, all right.
So,
okay. There are worse fates. There are worse fates is the point I was trying to make.
I'm trying to think of everybody that has won it is released. I don't like that.
Carmelo won it last year.
Okay, all right. So
remember
it's
that chain.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm about to say. I'm like, I think Braun won it, and what's his name, Corbin. I'm like, but I'm
Cesaro.
Like, they ain't there no more. I don't want him. Don't touch that.
Yeah.
We'll see.
And then our main event of the night was a promo segment between Roman Reigns and CM Punk, and I can't tell if they're blurring the lines, if they're just like trading barbs back and forth, or if these two legitimately hate each other.
I think it's a mix of both, Dirk. I think we're going to get a lot of good promos from them over the next several weeks.
Definitely.
I think this will hype up that match heading into Mania. I don't know if the match will be a 5-star, but I think the one thing I can say WWE does, because wrestling, like somebody said in the server, wrestling is like pizza. Like, like there's so many different toppings. One thing that WWE does, depending on who's in the match, is the theatrics, the entertainment of it. When Roman is involved in a big time match, it just feels different. Like you're drawn in. When Punk is in a big time match, when they're on the mic, you're drawn in. The same thing with Cody. Like when he's talking and like it has some gusto behind it, you're drawn in. That's the one thing WWE does very, very well. It's getting the people to be involved in this story and invested in this story. I wanted more out of Punk and Roman. I hate when they save it for last and then it cuts. Like, like that's it. Like, like mic drop, that's it. And I'm like, well, damn, now I got to wait another 2 weeks to get them on TV together.
Right.
And then Punk is going to have to hold the feud on his own because Roman's not at every Raw.
Yeah.
So that's
It just, that particular promo though, holy shit. That bomb that Punk dropped at the end with the "I'm gonna bury you next to your father." Ouch!
What this thing could do? Like, what? Why he had to get dragged up in it?
I don't know, but Roman's gonna kill him.
Yeah, I think honestly, I feel like their match, and I hate to say this,
their match what
should be a Bloodlines rule type match because you can't bring up his papa and get away with it. Like I feel like he gotta like hurt him. Like he has to physically hurt Punk. Like every hit should be like it just has to be like you just have to have something behind it.
Yeah.
So I feel like there needs to be like some type of non-DQ, something like that. But
Yeah, so I would say Punk Roman, there's got to be some kind of stipulation attached to it. I would agree with that because the match on its own may not carry. Although CM Punk is going to give you a great match, Roman Reigns is getting much better at being a ring general himself. So the two of them together should make magic. It's not going to be 6 3/4 stars in the Tokyo Dome, Dave Meltzer style, but it's going to be a great match.
I'm excited for it.
As evidenced by last year.
I'm excited for it.
They have some great chemistry. I think it'll be very exciting. I'm going to be there wearing my CM Punk shirt no matter what happens. Hopefully that this won't be the same as SummerSlam where Seth Rollins comes out and ruins the night.
we'll get into that. But, thinking that in my head, I didn't say.
It would be the second time I've seen CM Punk lose the World Heavyweight Championship to a member of the Shield in the span of a year and a Big Four pay-per-view. That would be devastating. I need Punk to retain here. I need it to so you can set up the Rock Roman match in Saudi Arabia.
I'm gonna put my hand on your shoulder and tell you, I think Punk finna die.
I think something's gonna happen that's gonna cause Roman to lose, and then we're gonna get Rock saying, you're not worthy of being head of the table anymore. I'm coming for you.
Ooh. And then that'll lead them into 43. Okay.
In Saudi Arabia. Yeah.
Because they're going to pay the big bucks. If they can get Rocky in that ring. Now, he may be a little bit gassed, y'all, but he's going to be in that ring.
Yeah, he's going to be in that ring. Because he's going to take that Saudi money. All they're going to be like Rock's going to be like, well, I've got a movie coming up. And then Saudi's going to just, the Crown Prince is just going to add another zero to the check and be like,
yep,
you don't have another movie. Here you go. And cut the check.
Listen, but we'll see. I'm very excited. I think the next 5.5, 6 weeks, we have a lot to look forward to.
We definitely do.
I like how they introduced Danhausen. In my opinion, I liked it. I know a lot of people didn't. I like how we got Randy as our chamber winner. I think a lot of people going into this suspected Cody would win. The same thing with Rhea winning. I didn't really expect Rhea to win. Didn't expect AJ to win the belt there. We got some stuff going on with El Grande Americano and, the dude. So, there's a lot to move on. You got Judgment Day drama. We had a live segment that was basically pre-recorded, but we got that as well. So I'm very excited to see how they build on this momentum. The one thing WWE can do this time of year is draw people in. It's just sustaining that post WrestleMania, which fucking sucks because they never fucking do. But maybe it'll be different this year. I'm going to go into this optimistic.
Yeah, well, so now with you going to, when are we getting together to do a live episode?
I mean, we got to talk to Danny, but I'd be down to do something. I mean, I'll be there Thursday. So, we can pick any time there. My schedule looking kind of clear. I don't got nothing planned on it really.
Oh, my schedule Thursday is loaded.
So, no, we'll see.
We'll probably have to do Thursday morning or something like that, but you won't get in until Thursday afternoon, do you?
Yeah. But it's okay.
We'll figure something out.
Yeah, no, we'll figure something out.
We'll pregame on Saturday.
This is going to be a mess. Okay.
We'll figure it out. But I'm so excited that you're going to be able to make it to Vegas this year, and I'm looking forward to seeing you there, and I'm looking forward to seeing you at WrestleLit and all the other good times we're going to have.
I'm excited.
I'm definitely looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to 2 weeks from now when you guys are back and ready to record.
We just get some. I will. We just gotta get some TLC on. We'll be back and ready to go. And we have been Pinfalls and Passports. Look out for other episodes coming out in the next week, and after we're back, we'll be in go time because it'll really be WrestleMania. It'll really be WrestleMania by the time we come back.
WrestleMania season, exactly.
But no, everyone enjoy. Comment in the podcast discussion your thoughts on Elimination Chamber. Anything that you want to see on Pinfalls and Passports going forward. Any segment ideas, questions, concerns, anything there. Blast it in there. But WrestleMania season is here, y'all. We back, baby.
We are so back.
We are back, baby. But we have been Pinfalls and Passports.
Exactly.